This is a new staff member I poached from one of my competitors. So yesterday we went chartering on a yacht last night. I may have had a couple of drinks. I'm not fucking perfect. Actually, it was a lot more than a couple of drinks because Jono organised full service bartending service on the yacht. And I made the silly decision of telling the bartender every time she made me a drink, I said, just make this one a little bit stronger. You want to talk about exponential growth? Well, these drinks got exponentially stronger to the point of no return, right? She must have been putting 4 shots in each glass by the end of the fucking night, mate. Anyway, work hard, play hard. Mean night, work today, bomb, was out in the tools today, working on the pipeline right now. If your pipeline doesn't look like that, you've got a problem. And the problem likely lies with you not getting enough leads in. Leads, sales is the machine that generates your business, okay? More important than actually doing the work. It might sound silly, but there's no point in learning how to do the work if you've got nobody to do it for, okay? Which came first, mate? The chicken or the egg? The leads, the sales came first. Wrong question, you're looking at it wrong. Point I bring up the yacht is because, number one, I used to love going out to the clubs and partying, right? I still love socializing now. Difference is, you go out to the clubs when you get a bit older. The risk to reward is not worth it, in my opinion, going out these days. You know, you've got all these hooligans, right? There's a chance you're gonna get into a fight. There's a chance you're gonna look at someone wrong, right? Quite frankly, you're just surrounding yourself with degenerates. Like, I mean that respectfully. Like, it's not really a place where dreams are made. It's probably a place where dreams are destroyed. But you still want to socialize. So what we've been doing lots of fun shit, like lots of dinners with the boys, yacht. And the yacht was great because everyone on this fucking yacht, all the men, are winners. They've been vetted, right? I didn't know a lot of them last night, but I made sure to chat to every single one of them, okay? Find out what they do, what they're good at, and then I got them to deliver me that information in the most concise manner of how then I could implement that into my life in one way or another. And I was chatting with one young bloke there, Zaak, who also runs a detailing business on the Gold Coast. He's just started. And someone came along while me and Jai were having a chat and they're like, oh, you're both detailers, you're just gonna scrap on? I'm like, bruv, you're looking at it the wrong way, mate. Anyone who holds back information, right, that could benefit somebody else, even if they're a competitor, you're a loser. Quite frankly, you're a loser by every metric, okay? If your identity and your success and your whatever is built on the premise of secrecy, like, are you that fragile you can't share what you've learned because you're scared they're gonna overtake you? Like, how low do you think of yourself when you think about it? Like, I've said this before, but like, that's why I give away all my shit for free at the moment. Will I be monetizing my content and my fucking exceptional mind at some point? Abso-fucking-lutely I will. Right now, the amount of free value I give builds respect, it builds authority, and it builds trust. Once you have those 3 elements, people start coming to you. Hey, Zach, I've got this issue with my business. Fix it for me. No problem. I've been giving out free information. Some people need to change the way they think because it's just hindering their results in so much. Like, the way I look at it, and you look at the greats, right? This is always what I think back to. I look at the greats. Alex Hormozy, Gary Vee, the first 2 that come to mind. Look at the fucking value that they give. You think they're concerned with, oh, what if people steal my ideas? They're the goats. They are the ideas. You can't replicate them. Number one, why it's good to give away free information and value. People are inherently lazy. They're not going to implement it. They'll watch it all day long. Like the amount of people that have said, oh, watch your content, I love it. Okay, what's changed? Nothing, okay. People are inherently lazy. 2, just because they have the idea doesn't mean that they can actually execute on it, okay? It's one thing to know what to do, but to execute on it are 2 different things. And 3, even if they did everything that I did to a T, they don't have the source. They don't have the source. What's the source? Are you asking what's the source? I'll tell you what the source is. You're fucking looking at the source. S-A-U-C-E. You dig? Excuse me while I drink my coffee. But I chopped it up with Jai last night. And it was pretty much a fucking, honestly, 2-hour masterclass on everything I've learned in detailing a business that I just dumped on him. And the reason why I pointed to the pipeline before, because that's the number one issue with businesses. You don't have enough leads in. You have to get leads in to get work in, to get data, to review, look at the data, split test things, different prices, different packages, different wording. Like, data is king. That's one thing I learned in real estate. It's one thing to have a database. It's another thing to set it up in a manner where you can actually track what matters. That's the shit that excites me. Information systems. Tracking popular fields. Tracking fields like car type, car color, suburb in your CRM, your customer relationship management. What's the point of tracking that, Zaak? Why does that matter? Data's king. Once you have this data and you've done 5,000 jobs, you can pull reports on what suburb spends the most money, what car type spends the most money, what's the most common package out of people, male, female. Data, the thing that runs the world, the thing that runs Facebook, the thing that runs Instagram. Why do you think these companies sell off their data to other companies? Like, a lot of you don't even know that. When you tick the terms and conditions, you're effectively saying, my data can be sold. Data is everything. People spend millions on data, on acquiring it and then optimizing it and interpreting it. You need volume to make shit work. Me and Jai had two different business models. He was a more volume-based model currently, okay? Slightly lower price point than me, but quicker jobs, therefore can do more. I never wanted to be the cheapest in town. I've always wanted to be the most expensive in town. And as I explained to him, the reason for that is, like I've spoken about before, you might close less clients overall, right? Because a lot of people are scared by the high prices, but you end up actually making more money. Even though you're closing less people because the prices are so much higher, you're doing less work, but you're making more. And you got to think of it on a macro level, like with detailing. There's pack up, set up time chatting with the client. It becomes inefficient then if we're bouncing around 10 jobs a day, or if we're just bouncing around twice or 3 times, less work, more money, net a better result. Lead acquisition, build a lead machine. Once you solve your client acquisition methods, business gets a lot easier. That's when the real fun starts. When you solve your client acquisition methods, that's when the real fun starts.